Calf is wearing a skin-tight white dress made of fine silk. Every detail of her body is on show, especially her large breasts, topped by big, dark, hard nipples. When she moves, something presses against the dress between her legs. Something long and thick. Having one eye, she usually wears an eye patch. Can be Futa, but also a female. Also looking for a partner for adventure leveling and ERP. Yeah. It's hilarious. That's not even the best one I found. There was one I found the other day, which was just, it's just disgusting. People now asking if she's going to marry. There's a lot of women with dicks in this game. She is big for a human lass, and it is surprisingly that it suits her well. Embracing that her stature and size, she must work out on a regular basis, resulting in her having sturdy shoulders, defined biceps, and well-trained forearms. With a core of washboard abs, although tall, she is anything but slight, as her body fat is at such an optimal level that her form is filled out, providing her with the correct energy and mass to ensure build is kept in tip-top condition that it is. Boobs? She has them. Very much so. Unlike women who work out far too much and burn all the fat on their form, causing their chests to become non-existent and their behinds to turn to stone, Regelina's body is that sweet spot between the boundaries of feminine curves and sporty physique, where the right amount of fat in the right places enhances both her figure and keeps her looking like a woman.
Oh, brilliant!
This person has some. So this guy here, fucking sitting on the stairs. As you stare at Rustic, you can clearly see that he is the country boy next door. Hunky, well built, with a pair of strong, rough hands due to daily work at his farm. Clearly not someone you would like to brawl with, yet his face makes him seem calm, cheerful, and kind. Coming in that famous inn at nights after a hard-working day on his farm for a couple of beers and some good company who can take care of his needs. I'm not correcting this. I'm reading it as it's written down. He loves to be taken care. Especially, but not only, by women. Open to everyone, since he is usually too tired from the whole day. Always interested in finding someone who can help him unload his heavy, swollen balls.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm looking around. There's a lot of people in there. Personality, Macbeth. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
That means that someone read Shakespeare?
Well, I know it does, but it's just a strange idea for a personality trait. There's a bloke staring at the wall. Oh, dear. Jor-El is a typical human male. Toned chest, chiseled abs, and he is the perfect height for a man. Height is spelled H-I-G-H-T. The only thing that is so different about him compared to everyone else is that his cock is so much bigger than yours. Average human male. Anal, hot dogging, tit fuck, face fuck, females, breeding, cream pie, big titties, fat asses, bimbo salutes, striptease, cheerleading, contributes.
Are you just reading up your browser history right now, or what?
Oh, God.
That was just what was listed on the page. A regular set of ornately detailed and very skimpily built plate mail. Her metal thigh highs and chest guards, snugly squeezing her juicy form. This person has a thing about the word juicy. The little cod piece of a crotch guard desperately trying to hide her hefty package is usually seen strained and bulging obscenely, yet still surprisingly being held in place, as her armor seems to have actually been fairly well made. A silver ring is threaded halfway down her right curved horn, and when she's out and about, she's also carrying a glowing purple Draenei crystal sledgehammer on her back for all her vindicating needs. prefer other dick girls, femboys, and females, though most likely won't say no to just about anyone or anything who wants to fuck. Just give her a prod. She's happy to do just about anything and eager to please. As for the kinks, well, we'll probably set up an F-list at some point soon-ish, but generally up for anything. The rougher, the better. If you're curious about something in particular, just ask. Other than the usual quick fuck she loves, she's also looking for more long-term stuff. Maybe even the non-lured, if that's what you would like. If that's up your alley, let me know. Other than that, just...
Wow.
Jesus Christ. Sub by default, though just as happy to dom. Could even go without the dick for those that prefer a little tight vindicator cunt to... Her dagger is the Fang of the Pit, a dagger she has acquired after the death of Manaroth the Pit Lord, the lieutenant of Kil'jaeden, and Archimond. The shaft is created from wood, metal plating, one or the other, fucking hell, holding it in place with screws. She has a fell core, along with the iconic green flames from fell burning from it. She wears the sash of Argus, and as with her crown, replicating the very sash of Archimond. Her torso covered by a black and white tabard, a white tree adorning the dark tabard. Don't use the same word both twice in the same sentence. It's just bad form. This is the main form of support for her supple breasts, the form of fitting tabard. Alongside this, showing off her slim waist quite nicely. You use the word tabard 4 times in 3 sentences. Being a priestess, Maya Lyra is not much of a brawler, rarely getting in melee combat. She prefers combat over mid-range distances. Although she doesn't possess much muscle, her chest and stomach complements her bountiful chest quite delightfully. Her sash, quite conveniently, hides the object of many women's desires. That object is the thick, throbbing bulge hidden behind the plate belt that droops down between her luscious thighs, which can be seen slightly bulging outwards. Was the power-hungry Draenei in the right movement?
Oh my god.
By what Mylera herself referred to as leggings, but in reality were nothing more than a pair of black thigh-high socks, and equally as black panties, covering the plump, peachy bottom that sits right under her azure tail. The thing is, you're reading this and you're just going, this was written by a man. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing.
People make so much effort into writing these things.
They really do.
Why?
Because they want people
Not
to
really
like
saying
them.
No, go on. I mean, they don't really say anything, do they? I mean,
I can
I've
tell
read-
from just looking at you that you have a throbbing azure cock behind that plate. Oh my god! Fucking hell!
oh, these people are poets.
I've got a new one here. Okay. Despite his overall rather slack appearance,
Yeah, back this.
the Elwyn... Sorry, this one's hilarious. I'm not reading all of these things. Despite the overall slack appearance, the Elven Woodsman manages to be alert more often than not. His grey eyes always active beneath a pair of bushy eyebrows. His history of physical labouring and survivalist lifestyle has hardened his hands for this very task. But otherwise his body remains rather unblemished. No scars seem to cover his body, nor does there seem to be any other permanent markings. Currently, he wears a vest, patched up as where it was earlier torn, sorry, there's a different use of the word there, with 3 thick rips. It's quite the flimsy patchwork, though, and through the gaps beneath the thread you can still spot the bandage covering him underneath. His naturally light complexion is glowing angrily red, where his skin has been directly exposed to the glaring
Oh my
strangleful
God.
sun. Tan lines in the making. 18 plus. The scenes I absolutely enjoy the most, but are no means required, are by far ones of rape. Plain, simple, brutal rape. It can be the Strover and his lonesome, or together with a makeshift gang. Usually with the setting of a tavern or camp. As for how realistic said rape could be, I don't really mind all that much either way. It could be full-on realism with all the trauma and upset, emotions and deeds that usually entail, but it could also be the fantasy rape, in inverted commas, where the deed doesn't emotionally scar the victim. Scar spelled with 2 R's for some reason, but rather makes her angered and thirsty. I usually prefer to be honest about as for his opponent, the meek will usually get what's coming for them. This man is a serial killer! Oh my god!
See, the only
How
way
could
that
they-
it could be conveyed is if
How
this
can they put something like that in
How
like
can you
just